Welcome back, y'all. Now we are joined with our analyst, Arabia.
Hey, y'all. Thank you for having me. How are you?
Great. Hey, Arabia, how you doing?
I'm amazing. Thank you. I'm happy to be here so we can talk some football. It's been all basketball, everything. It's Spurs this and Knicks that. And so I'm just happy to take a little break from basketball.
Have you learned anything?
I learned that I still hate the NBA. I learned that it's a really hard watch. I learned that in the United States, the brand of football that's being played is just ISO to the most athletic player. It's not the same team, ball movement, drive to the basket, hard defense ball that I fell in love with. I learned that I still don't like it, but it's been kind of entertaining. There have been really exciting moments in these series, but I think there's a reason why internationally basketball is kind of catching up to the United States, where back in the day was kind of a no-brainer. And yeah, we have very athletic players, but it's just not a brand of football that I find to be entertaining.
A brand of football?
You mean basketball?
Yeah, basketball, yes.
Yeah, what brand of basketball is entertaining to you?
I'm a huge fan of like college basketball. I think women's basketball also is more like a fundamental type of like, again, like way more ball movement, way more like screens being set and this and that. And again, I feel like a lot of times when I'm watching NBA games, it's just like they're relying so much on athleticism instead of actual like plays and setting up defenses and stuff like that. So, you know, it was okay.
So is your thing more like the short eras? Because you like the women and you like the older basketball. Is it shorts that you like, or what is that?
You know what? It might be the shorts. It could be I just like football because they wear tight clothes, and I like basketball when it was shorts. So, you know, you might be onto something. I don't know.
It sounds like, and that's a great point, Mase. But it sounds like to me you're trying to say that basketball isn't really a thinking man's game as opposed to football is. Is that what you're saying?
No, it wasn't so much a comparison between football and basketball, so much of a comparison between basketball when I was watching it back in the day to what it is when I've been watching it most recently. So not comparing two different sports, but like two different eras.
Gotcha.
What does gaslight mean?
Gaslighting? You feel like she's gaslighting? Is that what you're getting at?
No, I think Cam is a professional.
Oh, Cam is gaslighting.
God, I know what that serious question.
No, questions from everybody.
She doesn't like basketball.
Yeah.
She doesn't like to even learn about it. So I was just curious. Why not? We never really asked her why not.
Yeah.
We just know that she doesn't fuck with basketball.
She feels strongly about it too.
Yeah,
I know people hearing that
never
like,
asked her, so I just was like, wanted to know exactly why.
Yeah, and that is clear and set. So Arabia, all 32, we got it. You got football. Well,
what does gaslighting mean?
Gaslighting, when you kind of try to make somebody feel as if what they're saying isn't correct or like positive or whatever.
What does it mean, Stan?
All right, I got to use it better than
so
I mean it like that.
Yeah, but I mean, they were valid questions, and now we got her answer. And like I said, her answer was clear. So. But luckily today, we got a lot of football to talk about. Like you said, you don't want to hear about the Spurs. You don't want to hear about the Knicks. And luckily, we already spoke about that. But let's talk about Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett is now an LA Rams. So the Browns traded the all-pro defensive end to the Rams in exchange for edge Jared Verse and a 2027 first-round pick, a 2028 second-round pick, and a 2029 third-round pick. So Arabia, obviously, this is huge news. What does this do for the Rams? And what does this do for the Browns? Can you break it down for us?
Of course. So first of all, before we get into the teams, let's talk about this June 1st designation. There's a reason why there are different waves of free agency in the offseason. And the reason why is because there's some really important dates in the NFL all throughout the year, and especially in the offseason. So June 1st is a really important date because most NFL contracts have signing bonuses. Teams can spread that money out throughout the length of a contract. So if you have a $20 million signing bonus over a 4-year contract, you can pay $5 million per year to spread that out. So it's not such a big cap hit in 1 year. However, if that player is removed from the roster, whether it's a trade or whether it's a release, whatever, you would still have some money to account for as far as that signing bonus that hadn't been paid to that player. So June 1st is designated as a time where a team is allowed to spread that dead cap money across the remaining year. So in this Myles Garrett example, instead of the Browns having to pay Myles Garrett $40 million in this league year, they're going to pay him $25 million and then $15 million. So that was definitely kind of like a reprieve for the Browns. They restructured his contract in March to make it easier to deal him out. But I think this definitely is a really good thing for the Rams. Obviously, anybody having Myles Garrett on their roster is going to benefit greatly. I'm really excited to see him go up against the Seahawks twice a year, going up against Trent Williams twice a year. I think that matchup is going to be something that is going to feed families. I think it's going to be really exciting to see him in the NFC West. And then I wonder how Jared Verse feels. Jared Verse was a rookie in 2024. He got Defensive Rookie of the Year. Getting that call to say you're traded to the Browns after leaving the LA Rams probably was just like gut wrenching. Maybe, I'm not sure, but I think the Browns are also getting a really good player. So two really good players. 2023, Myles Garrett got Defensive Player of the Year, and then 2024, Jared Verse got Defensive Rookie of the Year, and then again 2025, Myles Garrett Defensive Player of the Year. So two really good players who are going to benefit whatever roster they're on.
Yeah, I really think this was a horrible trade, actually, because when you think of Myles Garrett, I think he was like one of the only better things that was going on the team. So why would you get rid of him? I understand that you're getting. I mean, it's horrible for the guy on the other side, like you said. If he's leaving California, and then I got to live in Cleveland, I'm really not.
What you trying to say about Cleveland?
I'm just really not. I'm just imagine you got colorful shirts, you got drop tops. You're thinking of living on the go. No, I'm just saying it get colder, it snow. You can't have the same outfits if you're in Cleveland. You gotta have on fur coats. You gotta have on the goose. You gotta have a shovel. You gotta have salt down for snow. If you get this call, you're a young young player. You're in LA. Everything's going well. Your roster is getting full. You know what I'm saying? He's having the time of his life in California, and then you hear you're getting traded for another defensive end. So it's not like he wasn't playing well. So why does he get traded? Pack up somebody else. I'm the future. I know in his mind he's thinking, I did well this year. I'm the future of LA. Stat knows what I'm talking about. New hotness. You in the city. They knowing your name. You getting sacks. You know, your team is winning. And then you find out you're going from a better team to one of the worst teams in the league and one of probably the cities he didn't want to live in. He probably didn't want to live here, and it's a worse team. This is a setback for him. If you need a therapist, reach out. I understand what you're going through. I don't like this for
Jared Verse.
Yeah, I don't like this for Jared Verse. But I think Cleveland did a marvelous job in bringing him there and getting all of these other picks, you know, because those picks are going to turn into some important people. I just could feel it. And this may be the turnaround of their team. So for Cleveland, I love it. For LA, I'm like, nah. But they're thinking they got to win now. You only got a year more with Stafford, right? So, yeah, it's time to get it done. So I like it from that vantage point.
Okay, shovel in a coat. Cam.
I want to give Cleveland a lot of props.
I like Cleveland. Yeah.
No, I understand where you're coming from a football perspective. Your football perspective was on point. It wasn't about the football. You just want to throw the whole city away.
Really?
It just was in the Eastern Conference Final. Saying win that, but it wasn't. I wasn't disagreeing with your football perspective. The reason I want to give the Cleveland Brown props is because thanks for letting a nigga go that you know is super nice and y'all not going nowhere and you're wasting this man's life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I like that.
Yeah. Like you got
my good years.
you wasting my life, my nigga. We ain't going nowhere. Can I try and win one season? I respect Cleveland from that standpoint. They got somebody good back. They got some draft pick. They say it's going to hurt for us to leave. Let this nigga go. Listen, the fans are going to be in an uproar because this is the best player you got. Not just the best player you got. This is the best defensive player in the NFL, and might be the best player in the NFL depending on who you're talking to. You know, he has 125 sacks over 9 seasons. Only person better than that is Reggie White. Single season sack record, which he got last season on my nigga Joe Burrow. Look, we can't. Myles Garrett is one of them niggas, and I want to say thank you to Cleveland, even though it has nothing to do with me. That's not my team. But sometimes let a nigga go try and win one. You're wasting this man's talent. So yes, I'm happy they let him go. Back to what Mase just said though. The Rams always are trying to win now. Yeah. They don't play. They try to win now. Yo, Puka Kanua look like, tell that nigga Cooper Cup get the fuck up out of here. That nigga look, yo, tell him to take a hike. Whatever, Pookie, whatever.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah. Yo, tell that nigga Cooper Cup get the fuck up out of here. Jared Goff, he's number 1 pick. This nigga slacking. Let's see what Matthews. We got to win now. The Rams are always trying to win now. It ain't about, and we're going to see what we can do in 3-4 years. We're going to see. No, they're trying to win now. They're one step behind Seattle, and Myles Garrett keeps them ahead of San Francisco. So shout out to the Rams for actually getting this done and always making moves to try to keep them to win immediately. You know, what's my nigga name? You got me right calling nigga Sam Darnold. The fucking Russia that was for the Rams. He been out.
Aaron Donald.
Aaron Donald got me right calling Sam. Aaron Donald, that nigga's a beast or was a beast. This is a great replacement. This is I salute to the Rams for trying to win immediately all the time. And salute to Cleveland for getting a young dog and possibly being, hopefully one of these days, a Myles Garrett type nigga. But I want to give a salute to both these organizations, man.
Yeah.
So in hindsight, I think it was good for both because the Cleveland, we don't expect much from them. And to hold this nigga life up is a damn near crime because you don't never hear the nigga Myles Garrett crying. One year he held out. They ended up paying the nigga, and he didn't even hold out that long. So it isn't like he's crying, I got to get the fuck out of here. I don't want to be here. You don't hear the rumors like you see other niggas on the sideline reading comic books, jumping rope, doing all type of shit, trying to get out on some James Harden shit. You don't get that from Myles Garrett. So for him to quietly possibly be like, I don't want to be here. Yeah. He didn't put it out there in the public. And Arabia broke down some other facts as far as financials concerned. So it made sense for everybody. So congratulations to everybody involved in this trade.
Yeah, and I also stand corrected because if I'm correct, I think Jared Verse is from Ohio, so he's going home. He's going home. So I stand corrected on that. He's from Dayton, Ohio. He's definitely excited about this.
Being in Ohio.
It ain't always exciting to go home.
Yeah.
A lot of pressure. I'm just saying, I've never been a professional athlete, but I can just imagine a lot of pressure when you play at home, tickets and family and driving and
everybody.
Dayton to Cleveland is about an hour and 20 minutes. Yeah. Hour 30, if that, everybody coming. Pause.
So literally everybody, and that's a whole other thing to have to worry about. So you spoke on him kind of like being smooth about the process, not really throwing much of a fuss. So now we got another player who on the opposite end had a little bit of a different experience. So we were always having the what's next for A.J. Brown conversations. Well, that has finally ended after the Eagles decided to trade A.J. Brown to the Patriots for a first-round draft pick in 2028 and a 2027 fifth-round pick. So Arabia, does this trade make sense to you?
Sure, yeah. I mean, he didn't want to be in Philly. He was very vocal about that. His body language, the things he actually said, he didn't want to be there. Sirianni's the kind of coach where it's like, he's going to only have you on a short lease. He's not a super patient, understanding guy. So I think both parties were like, all right, if you don't want to be here, I'll let you go. And then A.J. Brown obviously was really happy to go. Speculation has been going on for months that this trade was going to happen. So we finally get to see it. A.J. Brown is reunited with Mike Vrabel. So Vrabel was the head coach of the Titans in 2029 when A.J. Brown was drafted to the NFL. The Eagles have been preparing for this separation for a while, moving up in the draft to get Mekhi Lemon, trading for Dontavion Wicks, and signing Hollywood Brown and Elijah Moore. I think A.J. Brown will be a really reliable perimeter option for Drake May, a young quarterback who's still trying to get his motion with his receivers. I think A.J. Brown will really be as productive as he was with the Eagles. I mean, in the last 4 seasons, only him and Jamar Chase are the only receivers in the NFL who have at least 1,000 receiving yards and 7 touchdowns. And I say that to say he's been performing at a high level for a while now. Now, you can make the comparisons between Jalen Hurts and Drake May to see, well, will he have the same person under center to try to get him the ball? And, you know, that's another conversation. But I think he joins a Patriots team that's really set up for him to be wide receiver 1 and still be very productive. Speaking of the whole team, they've definitely changed this wide receiver room a lot in the offseason, and they will be the first team in the NFL and NFL history to start the season with 4 straight games against playoff teams from the previous season. So it'll be an interesting start to the season. Again, him trying to get chemistry with Drake May and still being on a new team and having a relatively rough schedule to start off with, but I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, I think I would like to see him get back the way he was in like 2022, 2020, I think, when he was averaging about 11, when he had about 11 touchdowns. I'm not sure if he could do that, but this will be the place to do it. I mean, he got other decoys. I hate to call him a decoy, but when A.J. Brown gets there, I believe he will be wide out pause number 1. And with Stephon on the other side, if he goes back, I think this is a real formidable championship team. Even though, there's a lot of other teams that could beat them, I think this makes them really, really violent, really, really explosive. And I'm just happy to see him on a team that he could stop just being a distraction. I think right here, he gets the ball paused more than before, and that 1,000 yards should go up to about 1,200.
I don't think Stephon Diggs coming back. I think he's a free agent. What's Vrabel doing with his girl and his wife?
What's going on with Diana?
What's happening with that? Did they give him a... Last time I checked, they was talking about he's in therapy and all that. You going to skip over that? We not going to mention that? This is what happens with media. They just let new happens. We act like...
Yeah, big distractions.
Think it wasn't tongue kissing and taking twin pictures when you dress up in the Benetton at the same outfit with the girl. Is he back with his wife, Arabia? What's going on with that?
You know how have you ever gotten cheated on? You be dragging me into these conversations, but you ever been cheating, and then you get caught cheating, but you know you're not going to stop cheating, but you just got to lay low for a little bit and let the scene calm, like the dust settle. So they just got to lay low for a little bit. They're not really talking as much, but they're both thinking about each other. Maybe like birthdays or anniversaries are passing, but they're just letting it cool down. They're laying low, but then once everybody super forgets, then they're gonna be back. They're gonna be back.
You talking about the Rusili joint?
Yes.
Well, what about his wife?
He did shout her out recently.
Oh. Yeah, she's not going nowhere.
Okay, so she one of them bitches that been like, she like a Hillary Clinton, like, why you just can't keep shit tucked? I'll let you get away with shit. Just
embarrassed. Yeah, some people you with is just embarrassing.
It's just embarrassing. I used to think about that shit with Hillary Clinton. When nigga be like, yo, I already let you get away with everything. All I'm asking you is don't let it get in the public. You just embarrassing.
That's wild.
I had a girl tell me that. That's why it's so funny. A while ago, she said, you just embarrassing, man. I was like,
yeah, you got to do something about the embarrassment.
Yeah, but that's why I don't lie no more. I just say what it is, man, out front in the open. Yeah, listen, man, this is good for Drake May. He has a solidified number 1 receiver. We've seen all the how this played out with A.J. Brown in Philadelphia. I'm never going to say it's not a good time to read the Bible, but it's very distracting to the team in between when the team was on defense on the field and he was on the side. Like I said, I'm never going to tell somebody it's not a good time, but he knew the camera would be on him, and he knew that people would probably respond to that. And he did a bunch of different things to show that he didn't want to be on the Eagles anymore. My main thing with him was last game that he played with the Eagles, he talked about how he doesn't get the ball, they're not passing to him. I think he had 3 drops. Made them lose the game. My personal opinion, don't blame it on Jalen Hurts. It was solely on you. So if you're that unhappy, you have a fresh new quarterback with a great organization. Let's see what you get done up there. Good luck to your brother.
And then just before we move on, I do want to add just the Mike Vrabel conversation real quick, because the reporters are being kind of slick because they've been asking him about it in the press conferences. So they're like, okay, how's you and the family? Like, how are things going? So he said, it's really good. I appreciate my family. I love Jen, which is his wife. I love the boys. I love my personal friends. Diana on the other side has been photographed with her husband that has been there all along. So I don't know. They are kind of, like Arabia said, they just kind of laying low, but not for real, because they're clearly still with their partners, but like everybody's kind of brushing it on the rug. So I think they're really just going to lock in until football season comes around again, which I guess good for them. I don't know. They'll have to figure that out. And then just real quick before we move on, because we kind of already knew how AJ Brown felt about the Eagles, but then he went to his Instagram to post a picture, well, really a baby picture of him with the Patriots shirt on. Does that post make any statement to you, or you kind of figured something like that would happen? Just what are your thoughts on that post by him?
No, I don't take that too seriously because it's not like he also didn't post a thank you to Philadelphia. He said it was an absolute honor wearing that midnight green. He shouted Philadelphia out and kind of gave a statement in that regard. And then now he's moving on to a new team. So he kind of paid homage to the past and the Eagles while also acknowledging the future and how happy he probably is to be out of Philly and with the new team. So it seemed pretty normal to me. It's not like he didn't say anything about his former team, which I think would have looked a lot different. So I think it's cool.
Yeah, good point. Just was curious because a lot of Eagles fans obviously felt some type of way about that, but it's two teams. Yeah. And if that's the team that he liked growing up, that's the team that he liked growing up. Okay, so on to Odell Beckham Jr. So now he is a Giant again after signing with them, in addition to them signing Braxton Berrios and Juju Smith. So Arabia, was this an overall good decision for their locker room, or do these trades not really move you? What are your thoughts on this for the Giants?
This doesn't move me at all. I mean, I get the storyline, reunited with his former team, the team he started out with, new coach, fresh start. I think he'll maybe have a handful of splash plays throughout the season here and there, but he'll really be a depth piece. That's his role. That's what he was signed for. So I think he'll do just that. Like I said, the storyline is fun, I guess, but I'm just, in reality, really underwhelmed at the prospect of OBJ back with the Giants. We talked about how AJ Brown will be back with Mike Vrabel, but he will now also be reunited, not just with the Giants, but also with John Harbaugh, because, he had a stint with the Ravens with Harbaugh. So I'm sure Harbaugh has a lot to do with them taking a chance at OBJ, but again, he's not going to return to his previous Giants glory and just be the super productive 1,200-yard receiver number one. I mean, they already have, Malik Neighbors there, even Darius Slayton. Like, there's going to be certain people who are ahead of him in the depth chart. So he's going to be a depth piece. I think everybody has pretty tempered expectations of what OBJ will be. And as long as those expectations are managed, then I think he'll make a couple splashy plays here and there. He's good for it. We saw some flashes in the Fanatics flag football game over the summer where he made that really cool one-handed catch and things like that. But, he'll have a cool little depth appearance for the Giants.
I think with the other pieces that they got, it's perfect for him. He doesn't have to overperform. He gets to come back after being out for so long and pause and only just do what he needs to do. And I think that fits where he's probably at, given his age. I think he probably could perform at a high level, even if it's for a shorter period of time. So I think with the role that he'll be needed for, as well as Harbaugh doing him a favor, actually bringing him back to the NFL, I think it's perfect for them too, perfect for the city. Just seeing OJ be around, it might be a great thing for New York.
Raby, I've been seeing a lot of chatting on the Is What It Is group text between you and Nick. What do you feel about Jackson Dart being with Trump?
Straight like that. All right. Yeah. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Yeah, I feel like if Jackson Dart wants to be openly political and open about his political stance, which has further implications when the person who you are openly backing has been in some legal troubles, his character has been called into question, just those are just facts. You also have to be prepared for backlash because these are very serious allegations towards people who you're backing. So fine, if you want to support Trump, that's your thing, is America, whatever. But the thing that I don't like is people's attitude towards Abdul Carter for, number one, calling him out publicly because you supported him publicly. So whatever the backlash is should be about him publicly. And also people try to say that Abdul Carter created some tension in the locker room. Well, Jackson Dart is the one who created that tension by being the first one to bring up politics. There are certain things that you just don't do in polite company. Politics, religion, things like that for a reason, because it's just inherently divisive. So I don't like the backlash to Abdul Carter. And if that's what Jackson Dart wants to do, he want to be January 6th Dart, that's fine. I also don't like how he jacking JD5. JD5 was around. Now they're trying to call him JD6. It'll never, ever be JD6. Stop trying to make JD6 a thing. He could be January 6th Dart. So yeah, that's how I feel. I just don't, I support Abdul Carter. Like that.
Seems like you feel away, even though you keep saying you don't feel away.
I do feel away. I definitely do feel away. I do.
So
if that's what he wants to do, cool. But I feel away.
And does this equal out the losses? Because in the group text is saying that this is taking away at least 2 losses for the Giants for him appearing with Trump, if I read correctly, a week ago or 2 weeks ago.
No, Jackson Dart sucks whether he endorses Trump or not. I think it's funny because, this whole notion of the Giants are so back. Let's see it first. I'll believe it when I see it.
Nick over there making faces.
I got triggered. He thinks the Giants are going 13-4, right?
Yeah.
I knew it.
He can really work in the control room because of what you said.
Nick, do you think the Giants are going to have a better record than the Commanders? Guaranteed.
Oh, this is a clip.
Definitely.
That is a clip.
That's nice. That's very nice.
Easily.
That's a rip coming from a guy who hasn't beat us since 2023. I'm not worried. They're our sons. We have them under our wing. And unless you beat my quarterback, unless you beat my team in the last 3 years, I'm not worried about you.
Yeah, one good season, Arabia. Let's calm down.
And guess what? Even with just that one good season, they still couldn't beat us last year. Got swept last year. So it's like, even with the bad season, they still couldn't beat us. So.
Not my team. I'm just saying, let's not get carried away.
I think I will get carried away. I think I will do that.
Okay. Actually. What are you expecting for the Commanders this year? Because last year you were a realist knowing they wasn't going to do anything, and you were correct. What do you think this year?
I'm really excited about this year. This year feels like we made some really good offseason moves between veterans, and I like what we did in the draft. If we're healthy, I think we can really compete in our division. And I hate to say it. I'm only going to say it once because there are no Cowboys fans around. But Cowboys also got a lot. The NFC East as a whole got a lot better, but the Cowboys got a lot better. Giants got a little bit better. We got a lot better. So I think we're really going to be competitive in our division and then, therefore, in the NFC in general. But I'm excited for our season.
Yeah. Well, OBJ, back to the original question for me. He got to be the oldest 33-year-old I ever seen in my motherfucking life, yo. It seemed like he's been around for like 200 years, right? I'm like, yo, how old is OBJ? I had to look earlier. I'm like, nigga, only 33. It seemed like he had a long-ass career. It looked like it should seem like he about for real like 39, and niggas just picking him up just because, like, yo, he's OBJ. Glory years with the Giants, a bunch of injuries, I will say, hindered him throughout his career. Him going to the Giants, I guess the silver linings is what Mase said. You ain't got to do too much. I don't fucking know. Look, I have no faith in the Giants. Sorry, Nick.
No Cam Scatterbull?
Nah, see, y'all going off the name. I never was jacking.
Yeah, I never like that.
Yeah.
Because
that was me.
Yeah, six good names, 6 good games. Nigga, so because he white, you like, nigga, scat crazy. Nah, bro. Nigga tore his shit after 6 games. Now, is he rugged? Is he rough? Does he have a lot of potential? Yeah, we seen it from the 6 games he played, but how many wins did that equal out to? I just think that any sports organization, football or basketball, and I'm not going, and baseball for that matter too, I'm not going to even include hockey. You got somebody white this height, niggas go crazy. that's
women basketball.
Yeah, when you got a white player that's nice, niggas go crazy, my nigga. Like, especially, like, don't get it fucked up, but we're having an emergence of black quarterbacks over the last 10, 15 years, or however long it's been, because there's a primarily white position when me and Mase was growing up. So, you know, they actually used to say black niggas wasn't smart enough to play the position, like, at one fucking time.
Yeah, they wouldn't even put you in quarterback. Yeah, you're a wide receiver.
Like, it was mad disrespectful. So to see all these black quarterbacks, I'm really excited about that. And black jobs opening up, so on and so forth. That's really dope. But when you got a white athlete that's a little bit decent, niggas go crazy. The Scatterbull joint, I'm not buying into it. Did he look good the games he played? He looked all right. How many wins did it equal out to? That's what it really mattered. Did it equal out into wins? What did the Giants won? 2 games last season, Nick? 3? Oh, 4. 2 times 2. 2 times 2, 2 plus 2. They won 4 games. So whatever, man. Like I said, I'm not really jacking the new hotness. And that's what Jackson Dart and Scatterbull is. Now, when it equals out to some wins, cool. But, you know, football, just like anything, it's not a lot of times you're going to come in and dominate any sport as soon as you get there. It just doesn't happen like that a lot. As a matter of fact, I don't know when it's ever happened besides person like, and I'm talking about we got to go back fucking 40-some years. So when you got somebody like Magic Johnson to come right in and win, I don't know who comes right in, pause, and wins being like a star or a superstar. It just doesn't happen. They're made and built over some time.
Yeah, good points. Well, Rams, Giants, and Commanders fans, let us know how y'all are feeling about this season in the comments down below, because y'all heard from the panel. Everybody feels a little bit different ways about the teams, but we want to know what y'all are thinking. But Arabia, thanks for joining us. You know, it's always a pleasure to have you on the show.
Saudi.
Good seeing you, Arabia.
For having me. Yes, good seeing you all too. Thank you.
Okay, that's all the time that we have for today. Thank y'all for watching. And as always, it is what it is.
What?